Today we're going to be reading a story, Zinnia's Flower Garden. And in this story, this character, Zinnia, she's going to be growing some flowers in a garden. And I want you to think, have you ever helped anyone grow anything in a garden? What was it that you helped grow? What kind of preparation did you have to do to get that garden ready for growing? And did things sprout just as soon as you put them in the ground, or did it take some time? As we read this story today, here's our focus question. How does Zinnia make sure that her flowers will grow? The author and the illustrator of this story is Monica Wellington, and remember, the author's job is to write the words, and the illustrator's job is to draw the pictures. And here we can find the title of that story, Zinnia's Flower Garden. Remember, titles start with capital letters. Spring has arrived. Zinnia is getting her garden ready for planting. She digs up the soil and turns it over with her shovel. She takes out stones and rakes the dirt smooth. The warm sun feels good as she works. And here you can see some of the tools that Zinnia is going to be using in her garden as she prepares it. And up here in the corner, she has a journal that she's going to write in throughout this, because we're going to see that time is passing. So what's the first thing that she did to get her garden ready? She had to dig up the dirt, get out the stones, get the dirt ready for planting. Zinnia carefully plants many kinds of flower seeds in rows. She covers the seeds with dirt and pats it down very gently. She sprinkles the ground with water. Here are some of the kinds of seeds that Zinnia is growing in her garden. Do all seeds look the same? No, they look different. So these are some of the flowers that she's planting. Her first journal entry is May the 3rd. Very busy planting my seeds today. Such hard work. Now, what season is it that you think we would do this planting? Would we do it in the winter? Or do you think we might wait till spring for that planting? Zinnia waits for the seeds to sprout. The seeds need the sun to shine, the rain to fall, and many days to pass. It's hard to wait so long for her seeds to grow. And here we can see precipitation in the form of rain that we were reading about in our simple solutions. So what was it that Zinnia's flower garden needed to grow? We had to have time to pass. We also had to have sun and rain. Every day Zinnia checks her garden to see if anything has happened. Look, the very first seedling is poking its way through the dirt. And here we can see that seed that she planted. And then as time passes, this is the stages of germination, the stages of a seed growing. We can see some roots begin to form, more roots, and what's getting ready to happen is we're getting ready to have a sprout poke through the ground. May the 20th, my first sprout today. Wow. How do you think Zinnia's feeling? Now, Zinnia's garden is full of green sprouts growing toward the sun. Little stems grow taller, little leaves get bigger, and little roots burrow deeper into the earth. May the 29th. Lots of sprouts now. I can't even count them all. So it's been 23 days since Zinnia first planted her garden. And here we can see some of the different kinds of sprouts that Zinnia has in her garden. Remember, we had different types of seeds, so we're going to end up with different types of plants also. It says that she's planted sunflowers, zinnias, cosmos, and asters. And there you can see some of those plants and how each of them look just a little different. Zinnia takes care of her garden every day. When the sun is hot and the soil is dry, she waters her thirsty plants. Her next journal entry is on June the 17th. No rain for a week. My garden is so dry. And there she is out taking care of her garden. She pulls up pesky weeds that try to crowd out her plants. She inspects them for greedy bugs, and she measures how tall her strong and healthy plants are growing. Every day they get bigger and bigger. July 7th. My sunflower plants are so tall. I hate weeds. And weeds do make things hard to take care of. There she is out measuring her plants. First thing in the morning, Zinnia runs out to check her garden. She's excited to see little buds growing on many of her plants. July 18th. My zinnias have buds. I wonder what color they're going to be. Now that's a new word for us, buds. See if you can look at that picture and figure out what the buds might be. Yeah, it's those little flowers that are getting ready to open up. Right there are the buds. And here's something that we read about not too long ago in Becoming Butterflies. We read about the life cycle of a butterfly. How we can find seeds, how we can find eggs on the leaves. Those eggs hatch into caterpillars. Those caterpillars eat leaves and they grow until they put themselves into a chrysalis. And then inside that chrysalis, there's some work going on. And then we have the butterfly. And then at last she finds what she's been waiting for, the first flower. One bud has bloomed. How beautiful, and what a sweet smell. There are many more buds that will open soon. July 25th, my first flower today, and lots more to come. Amazing, a big monarch butterfly, and that's the kind that we read about, landed on my finger. And here we can see some parts of a flower. And there's Zinnia with her very first flower. The garden grows and grows with blossoming flowers. Zinnia paints, reads, and picnics among them. Butterflies flutter, bees buzz. Zinnia's garden is her favorite place to be on these warm summer days. So she first planted this garden in the spring, but now it has become summer. So lots of time has passed. August the 11th, I love my garden. And who wouldn't love to be in that beautiful garden? Lots of different kinds of flowers, lots of colors. And those sunflowers, look how tall. Taller than Zinnia. Her flowers are abundant. Zinnia cuts some to arrange into bouquets. The fragrant scents of the flowers swirl around her in the warm breeze. August 21st, my sunflowers are taller than I am. And here are all the kinds of flowers that Zinnia has in her beautiful garden. And there she is cutting some sunflowers that are taller than she is. One hot summer day, Zinnia has a lemonade stand and puts up a sign. Pick your own flowers. Customers come and gather bunches of flowers and drop money in her jar. August 28th, busy today at my stand. Everyone loves my flowers. And here she is at her lemonade stand, selling flowers. And it looks like she is making lots and lots of money. In the autumn, and another name for autumn we remember is fall. So in the autumn, as it gets colder, Zinnia picks the last flowers from her garden. She finds ripe seeds that have formed. They're ready to be collected. She will save them to plant next year. So do we have to go to the store and buy seeds? No. We can save some of our own seeds from what we plant this year, and we will have those for next year. And there you can see the seeds coming out of the flowers. The winter days are short, the sun is dim, and the ground is covered with snow. But Zinnia's already planning next year's garden. When spring comes, she'll be ready to grow her very own flowers again. And here we can see those flowers. We can see them in the early spring, in the spring, midsummer, late summer, early fall, and then in the winter. It's kind of like the tree that we read about, how it changes in the different seasons. December 27th, I can't wait until spring. So she's already making plans on what it is she's going to have in her garden next year. So see if you can help me answer that question. How does Zinnia make sure that her flowers will grow? What did she do? I want you to draw or write in your journals some of the things that Zinnia did to help to make sure that her flowers were growing. And if you would, have your parents to send me a picture of the things that you drew in your journal, and I'll see if I'm able to share some of those ideas with the rest of the class. I love you all, miss you. I can't wait to be reading stories to you in person very soon.